I'm Ashton, Ernst, and welcome to Twang TV. Our show features the best in new and independent music from all styles of country. Our guest today is Mary Kate Farmer, a high school senior and a rising star on the indie scene. My co-host, Dalton Lilley, recently caught up with her before a show at the Red Clay Theater in Duluth, Georgia.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? I'm here with the very talented singer-songwriter, Mary Kate Farmer. So for those of us that might not know much about you, why don't you start with a little bit on your background?
Well, I'm originally from San Antonio, Texas. I taught myself how to play guitar when I was 14, and I've been singing and songwriting ever since.
Okay, awesome. So tell us a little bit about what your inspirations are when you write music.
Well, I really like to relate to people, and I want other people to be able to relate to my songs. So every single song that I've pretty much written has been some sort of experience that I've gone through that I've transformed into a song that other people will hopefully be able to learn from, and it'll help them get through whatever they're getting through.
So a lot of different types of people will write and have a different creative process than somebody else. So talk a little bit about how you go from an idea, bottle that inspiration, and then turn it into a song.
Well, it's kind of odd the way my brain works sometimes, because the way I hear people talking, if I hear a certain word or a phrase that they use, it'll stick out to me and it'll stick in my head, and like a light bulb will go off and I'll say, okay, I need to write that down. So I'll write that phrase down until I can get to my guitar or to some paper or something. And from there, it's like a waterfall. It just keeps coming and just comes out so naturally to me. And that's something that I love about myself, is that I can just write like no other. It's amazing.
So how long have you been singing? And when did you decide, hey, this is what I want to do for a living?
Well, I've been singing ever since I could talk, actually. We had me on videotape when I was 3 singing Celine Dion, My Heart Will Go On.
So just showing off as a kid.
Yeah, exactly. But it was really whenever I wrote my first song, and I went downstairs. It's called Sleep Sweet. And I went downstairs and I played it for my mom, and she goes, how did you write that? You're 14 years old. And so she kind of jokes with me saying that I have an old soul. And it was kind of from then on, my family and friends, they were telling me, they were like, you need to do this, like you need to keep going, you need to go farther, like this is something you can make a lifestyle out of. And ever since then, I haven't stopped, and no one's told me you need to pick another career. Everyone's keep telling me to go and chase my dream, and that's what I can plan to do for the rest of my life.
Now, you had a pretty big thing happen recently where one of your songs was played on the radio, right?
Yes.
So talk a little bit about that and kind of what that emotional feeling was like when you heard yourself for the first time.
Well, we sent it in to 949 The Bowl, and we got an email back saying, okay, your song's going to be played on the radio this Saturday. And it just so happened that I was going to a lake house with a bunch of my friends, to his parents' lake house. And so we were all waiting for it to come on, and I was sitting there like this, just with my best friend. She was sitting right next to me, and I was so nervous. And then he was like, okay, and our next new artist is Miss Mary Kate Farmer, and here's her song, My Type of Man. And I had tears just streaming down my face because I was like shaking. And it was the coolest thing I've ever experienced, just knowing that there's so many people out there listening to my song, and that they're finally going to be able to relate to, and people are going to be singing my song. And it was probably a moment that I will never forget.
I would imagine not. I mean, that's got to be pretty cool, and I'm sure all your friends were pumped, and the girls were screaming, the guys were probably screaming, everybody was screaming.
Yes, it was so cool. They were jumping around and everyone was dancing and singing. It was awesome.
So there's a lot of people out there, you spoke about being 14 and writing your first song. A lot of people kind of think that maybe you're too young to do something or you're too old to do something. So what would you say to maybe somebody out there that's a similar age to you and is trying to get started but might not think that they're old enough?
Well, I mean, there are plenty of singers that start when they're 8 years old and just continue on. And a very wise man once told me that you will never go anywhere just sitting and singing in your bedroom at all. So what I advise them to do is to go out there and just get yourself out there, go to open mics, sing at your school, at concerts, like little concerts around your town, just to start getting that experience. And from then on, things will just build and build.
So we talked a little bit about your single, but you also are working on some other songs and are going to be coming out with an EP soon, right?
Yes, absolutely. I've been working at Tree Sound Studios with my wonderful producer, and we've been working on a lot of great stuff. We've got a lot of stuff coming out in 2014.
That is awesome. I know you're really excited about that. talk a little bit about the importance, being an independent artist and kind of getting started, what you have to do from a social media standpoint. Because, I mean, you can go out and you obviously want to play and have as many people see you as possible, but talk about kind of expanding your reach with social media.
I'm very lucky being able to have Facebook and Twitter and YouTube, because now, instead of back then, people had to go and put flyers everywhere to say, hey, come see my band, you know. But now, like, you have it at your fingertips. You have all these tools that the social networking sites are helping you. And it's so wonderful because I can connect with my fans in, Germany, Japan, Puerto Rico. Like, I have fans, or the Philippines too, like all over the world, and it is the coolest thing. I'll never forget, I got fan mail from a person in Japan, and it was my very first fan letter from overseas, and it was so cool. And the reason she knew about me is because of Twitter. Is she saw me on Twitter, and then she went to my YouTube, and then she went to my Facebook. And so all of these things, they link you to other people, and it can also help you link you with other artists, which can help you build your clout and fan base.
Absolutely. So what kind of stuff do you have that's coming up? We talked about your EP that's going to come out. Where can we get it? Where are you going to be in concert? Do I get free tickets? That's what I really want to know.
Well, yes to the tickets. I'll
Okay.
get you some tickets.
Going to hold you to that.
But on December 21st, I got asked to play a benefit concert at Wild Bill's, which is a wonderful venue. I'm so excited to play there. And then also I got asked to play at the Peach Drop in Atlanta on New Year's Eve.
Awesome.
So I'll be playing on the Budding Peach stage there, and so that'll be a really great thing. And then in 2014, there's just going to be nonstop craziness with me and my band and my EP coming out, so just stay tuned with my Twitter, my Facebook, my YouTube, and Reverb Nation.
Okay, so with all that being said, is there anything else that you want everybody out there to know about you, or something that they should be looking out for, or just anything else?
Well, I'm working my way to the top of the country music world, so get ready for me.
All right, you guys, you heard it here first with Mary Kate Farmer. Be on the lookout.
Thanks, Dalton, and thank you for watching All Twang TV. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and be sure to follow us on Twitter. We'll leave you now with some more music from Mary Kate Farmer on All Twang TV.